Good morning. Welcome to What is Sunday Morning, Phyllis and Lee. Phyllis, what the Bible verse for this morning?
Mark 5th chapter, verses 27 through 34. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his clothes. Because she thought, if I just touch his clothes, I will be healed. Immediately, her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was free from the suffering. And once Jesus realized the power had gone out from him, he turned around in the crowd and asked, "Who touched my clothes?" You see the people you see the people crowding against you, his disciple answered, and yet you can ask, "Who touched me?" But Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. The woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet, trembling with fear, and told him the whole truth. He said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering."
Now, what does that mean to you?
Her faith was so strong in God that she was healed from her suffering.
She was healed immediately, right?
That's what the verse says.
So, Phyllis, why is it hard for us to believe today about these miracles?
And people don't want to believe in nothing good.
Do you believe that some people possess the power of God to heal people like Jesus?
I do believe that people have that within themselves, but it goes back to your faith. Some people survive certain um, tragic incidents or certain chronic illness or disease. It all goes back to your faith.
So, Phyllis, when I think about that Bible verse, the lady with the issue of blood, and when she heard that Jesus was coming to a certain town, right, she rushed to get through the crowd. And her faith was so strong, all she wanted to do was just what? Touch the hem of his garment. And from that one touch, it said what? Jesus felt like some of this power left from his body, and it made her whole. So my thing is, Phyllis, if Jesus had that kind of power, right? We know that God give people power to do certain things, like He did Moses, like he did told Noah about the ark and all those different things, right? Why is it so hard to believe that these kind of miracles happen every day, and when people see them, they still won't believe or don't want to believe?
It's within people, Lee. What's in your heart will come out. If you not happy, what do they say? Misery loves company. If you're not happy, you just in totally disbelief. So I mean, I don't know how you can go about changing a person. The only thing I can tell you that prayer changes everything. That's why, as Christians, we have to not only talk the walk, we have to walk the walk too. Because it's easy to sit back and tell somebody something, but when they see you go through it over and over again and you're still standing that within that storm, that's a testimony in itself, and hopefully they will begin to believe.
Have you ever been tested?
All of us been tested. All of us.
So give me an example of one of your tests, Phyllis. I tell you what. Since you recall what did the doctor diagnose you with? He thought it was lupus, but it had been something else.
Rheumatoid arthritis.
Was it a test for you?
It was a test. It was, but
What?
I knew I had something, but in the end, put it this way, after I got over the initial shock of her telling me that it was lupus before she actually got the test results back, I just said, "Jesus, whatever your will be done." I accepted what his will be done. So when she came back and told me it was a cousin of lupus, which is rheumatoid arthritis, I just gave praises to Jesus. But the key about all that is when I got over the initial shock. Because don't get me wrong, flesh does take over. But once I got over the initial shock, I began to praise God and give Him thanks. Because no matter what, I was still standing.
So, Phil, with that news that you got, that you received, right? From, like, I know you said the initial sting. How bad did it really hurt you to hear news like that?
It hurt me bad because you do sit up and you say, why you? Why me? You do question. I'm not saying I didn't question, I did. Because the flesh would take over. But I had to, as I say, get over that initial shock and begin to praise God.
So let's just say, Phil, she came back with a different kind of news, right? What would your mindset been then?
My mindset would have been after, like I said, after I got over the initial shock, I came into my spiritual realm and asked God to let His will be done.
And the reason why I asked that question, Philip, because a lot of times when you get good news, right, about having one thing, then all of a sudden you find out that it's totally different, or that it's gone. And people who are going through something that find out that, hey, you only have a week or 2 or 6 months to live. You know, their mindset is totally different from yours. So if that was to happen to you, would you been like, God, hey, I'm okay with this. I've lived my life. So let your will be done. Or you've been still like, God, why me? I'm just asking a question.
Well, that's one thing I love about Papa God. Even if you question Him, He won't hold it against you. And see, my thing is, the flesh does take over, and people, and that's the problem I think with Christians. You're so judgmental that you don't act like you succumb to some things. And well, I said the wrong word. You act like that it doesn't upset you or hurt you. And God understands we're only human. So my thing is, after you get over the initial shock of what has happened or whatever you're going through, you get up and put your spiritual warfare panties undergarments on and begin to fight. And that's accepting what God's will is and praising Him through it.
You know, Phil, you are exactly right. Because as I've gotten older, you know, I listen to my mother talk about certain things, and she said, son, Andrew, I've lived my life. So what God has for me right now, if I go today, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. And I didn't understand that then, but I understand it more now as I've gotten older, that, hey, I wasn't meant to be here on earth for only a certain period of time anyway. That's why I always said, I want to be missed when I'm gone, not while I'm here. You know. But Phyllis, can you get listeners and viewers something to carry the rest of the week?
People, please read the Bible, study the Bible, therefore you know the word for yourself. And faith that's the power that God give us on earth. And to me, that's something man can't take from you. And no matter what you're going, because you're going to go through something. The key is withstanding whatever you're going through. And it goes back to your faith.
Is that it?
That's it.
Phyllis, thank you for that. Like I said, I know it was tough on you. And the question that I asked you was hard on you. Like I said, just forgive me. But people, we want you to know, be mindful. No matter what you're going through, we can guarantee you one thing, that is going to be okay as long as you make God a part of your life. That's the what if guarantee. What if you add God to your diet? I guarantee everything's going to be okay. Weapons, storm, all those things are going to come. But it's about what you do, your mindset, right? So thank you for tuning in to What If Sunday Morning with Phyllis and Lee. We want y'all to have a blessed day and keep God in your life. Thank you. Thank you, Phyllis.
Thank you.